not reliable, so you can't depend on them joints, okay? What is up, lovelies? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Denisha, back with another video. But this is not just any kind of video, because today marks day 1 of week 1 of my 6-week Becoming Her challenge. I just woke up not too long ago. If you can't already tell, I'm looking a little crazy, but that's okay, because we about to get our lives together.com. I'm getting ready to read my Bible, pray, and then get on with my day. After I do that, I do want to get a workout in, and since it's the start of my challenge, I did create myself a workout split, and I put it in the notes of my phone. And today was supposed to be leg day. I think I had glutes and hamstrings for today, but my hamstrings are still sore from a workout I did like 2 days ago. I think I might have did that workout Friday, but something like that. Either way, my hamstrings are so sore, y'all. And I was stretching them yesterday. I was icing them and all that. I mean, they do feel a lot better compared to yesterday, but I just want to be on the safe side. So I think that I'm going to do a back day. Only thing with that is I do prefer to wear tanks on back days, so that when I'm working the muscles in my back, y'all could see what's actually being worked. But I kind of wanted to wear a full coverage shirt like this, but we'll see. Either way, I'm about to do my Bible study, and if you're joining in on this challenge, let me know so that I can hype you up in the comments and let you know that we in this together, okay? But I did weigh myself. Normally I weigh myself every single day, but I feel like that kind of discourages me sometimes, because there are times where I may weigh myself after knowing that I have been locked the whole week and the scale may not go down, and I find myself getting discouraged. Even though I know that you should not only rely on the scale, it's very easy to just get so discouraged by the scale, even if you are an advanced lifter, which I would not consider myself that. But I think we all kind of fall into that trap sometimes. So I think I'm going to only be weighing myself on a weekly basis rather than a everyday, daily basis. So today I weighed in at 165.80, I think, which I expected, because this past weekend I kind of had a little fun. I had some pizza, which I don't normally eat that, but I knew my challenge was coming up on Monday and I won't be having all that fun goodness. My birthday is October 23rd though, so I might give myself leeway on my birthday, but other than that, I'm gonna be locked this next 6 weeks. I'm not playing with it. I'm ready to reach my goals. And this challenge is not only for fitness stuff, it's also for mental and spiritual as well. So that's why I'm getting ready to do my daily Bible reflection. I have been making sure to read the Bible, or at least listen to it on audio every day, but I did add this daily reflection in because it'll make sure that I'm actually paying attention to what I'm reading, because being that I have to write a reflection, it means that I need to be listening so I can have something to write in that reflection, you know? Anywho, without further ado, let's get to it, y'all. We're getting ready to become her. God, I ask that you give me wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and also the ability to not just be a hearer of your word, but a doer of your word. God, I ask that you would hide your word in my heart, that I might not sin against it. And I just pray, God, that you would help me to acknowledge you in all my ways today. I love you, I thank you, and I praise you and honor you. In Jesus' mighty name, amen.
I feel like you did it for me. It's the way your love feels. It's the way that I hear all of creation singing with me. It's the way the fruit grows and knows when to let go. And it's
When John, who was in prison, heard about the deeds of the Messiah, he sent his disciples to ask him, "Are you the one who is to come, or should we expect someone else?" Jesus replied, "Go back and report to John what you hear and see. The blind receive sight, the lame walk, those who have leprosy are cleansed, the deaf hear, the dead are raised, and the good news is proclaimed to the poor. Blessed is anyone who does not stumble on account of me." What's up, lovely? So your girl just finished her little devotional Bible study time, and I really liked this chapter because I think the overarching theme was how humility really ranks high in the kingdom of God. And I mean, it was a lot of other stuff talked about in this chapter, but I think that was one of the main things that stood out to me. And it was coming from verse 25, chapter 11, verse 25. It says, "At that time, Jesus said, I praise you, Father, Lord of heaven and earth, because you have hidden these things from the wise and learned and revealed them to little children. Yes, Father, for this is what you were pleased to do." And I think that stood out to me so much, because I really appreciate the fact that God will reveal something to the people that you might least expect it. Like, people probably will not be expecting a baby or a little kid to have such wisdom and knowledge, but God could use anybody. He could use a dang on animal, a child, an infant, whoever he wants, an elderly person. He will use the people that you least expect to get a message to whoever he wants to get the message to. You don't have to be some executive business person, some law school graduate, some super smart intellectual person. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with being intellectual, smart, business oriented, or any of those things. But I think the scripture is just trying to emphasize the fact that servanthood, humility, those are the things that rank high in the kingdom of God. I think the scripture said there was no woman who birthed a child greater than John the Baptist. Hold on, let me find it because I want to quote it right. Verse 11 says, "Truly I tell you, among those born of women, there has not risen anyone greater than John the Baptist. Yet, whoever is the least in the kingdom of heaven is greater than he." And if I'm understanding the scripture properly, I think that it's just really talking about humility overall and how God could use anybody. He can give wisdom to anybody. It doesn't matter who you are, what background you've come from. He could still use you. And stuff like that just reminds me to stay humble. I don't care how far in life I get, how wise I think I am in my own understanding. I want God to give me wisdom. And so that's what I be praying for. I'm like, God, give me your wisdom. But anywho, that is going to wrap up the Bible session. I think now it's time to get that workout in. I guess I'm going to do a back day. I might change my outfit. We'll see. Let's get to it. Okay, lovelies, so we started off with doing our bent over back rows, and I'm doing single arm. Now, I sent my form to my husband because I always ask him to check my form and let me know if I'm doing it right. He said that I should have had the bench lower. That way I could get a greater range of motion. And he said I should act like I'm bringing my elbow to my back pocket, which I feel like I was doing that. But I do feel like if I had the bench lower, I would have been able to get a greater range of motion. And it would have probably allowed me to activate my lats even better. But nonetheless, I'm still learning. And I'm so grateful to have my husband to walk me through certain things that I do not know yet. Because your girl definitely don't know everything. But I ended up doing 3 sets. And I did 12 reps. And I think I remember going up in weight for each set. And I think the heaviest I got to was 35. And so I'm going to be practicing progressive overload. And I mentioned this in I think another video, but progressive overload doesn't just mean you're hiring the weight. It could also mean that you're doing higher reps, or you could even change up your tempo or make the exercise harder by changing up the variation. Next, these I believe are called reverse flies. I normally use the pec deck machine to do these. I just sit the opposite way when I go to the gym, but I don't have that machine at home. The difference between using a machine and doing weights on air is that you have to use more of your core and just other muscles to hold yourself in place rather than having the help of a machine. So just keep that in mind. But I have to say, I am not mad at the gains that I'm starting to see. I'm so happy that I'm finally starting to see some upper body gains. I used to be a lower body girl. I will always go and hit lower body, but I've been really working on my upper body and I think it's finally starting to pay off. But next, I just wanted to do 1 set of bicep curls. I haven't done these in a while, but the last time I did bicep curls, I was able to curl 25s for I think like 8 to 10 reps. So I just wanted to see if I still had it in me, and I don't think I had it in me like I thought I was gonna have it. So I ended up switching out to I think some 15s, but I like to challenge myself. That's how you grow, and I knew this was a weight that I was able to do previously. However, I do feel like I should have warmed up. I should have probably started off with 15s just to see how that felt, and then if I felt like I could do more, I should have went up then. But it's always safe to challenge yourself, but also make sure you're doing it in a safe way because you don't want to injure yourself. Next, I wanted to add a little bit of some shoulders in, but I noticed I added 2 different weights, so don't do that, y'all. But I added in 2 sets of shoulder raises, lateral raises, and I think I did like 12 reps for each set. And I honestly could go higher in weight. I realized that I'm much stronger than I think, but for this workout, I wasn't trying to do anything too crazy. Maybe next week I can do progressive overload and do 15 because I know I've done it before, but I was just trying to get it done for week 1. Next, I did 2 sets of shoulder press for 15 reps each set. And let me tell you, this movement right here is not a joke. It will definitely burn so good, but that's how you get them gains. And like I mentioned, sitting down or using a machine provides more assistance. So this, you're going to be using your core to stabilize yourself. But I did not train abs as an isolated movement this day, so I didn't mind those compound movements where my core would be activated. Now we're getting into some lat pull downs. I don't mean to say this in a cocky way, but I think my back was looking really good. I had to even post on Insta, and I won't be posting on Instagram for real. But anyways, I sent this video to my husband to see if my form was right, way. He did give me some feedback. He said that my hand should have been closer so that I could have a greater range of motion. And also, I noticed that every time I do lat pull downs, it's like my shoulders are touching my ears. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. So next time I do these, I'm gonna ask him to help me out just to make sure my form is correct. But nonetheless, I was still feeling the burn in my lats, so that's really what matters. I also just want to add that for this next set, I tried to go heavier, but I realized it was just too heavy, so I lowered the weight. Like, don't feel bad for lowering the weight because you don't want to injure yourself, and what matters is that you're getting a good and safe workout. Don't be up in there trying to ego lift because that's not what it's about. It's about building muscle, and if you're not doing it in a safe way, then you're just hurting yourself in the long run. Okay, next I moved on to some lower back extensions. Now I'm adding these in with some weight just to give an extra challenge, and I did, I believe, 2 sets of these. Nothing too crazy, but I definitely need to work on my lower back. That is a weakness for me. I heard someone say that this does not also work your upper glutes. I'm gonna have to respectfully disagree because as I was doing this movement, especially with the weight, I definitely was feeling it in my upper glutes. I mean, no doubt I was feeling it in my gluteus maximus, which is that lower part of your glute, but I also was feeling it in my minimus and medius, which is the upper parts of your glute. I think your foot placement just plays a big role in where you're gonna feel it, but I ended up doing a good amount of these with the weight, and then I did some without the weight just to feel that extra burn. Next, I did only 1 set of this workout, which I found is called lat pullovers. I was calling them the wrong thing for the longest time ever, but I really like this movement because I really feel that burn in my lats. I almost feel it better than when I do lat pull downs, so I'm definitely going to be incorporating more of these into my back day. I just only did 1 set because I didn't want to overdo it with the lat movements. I ended this workout with some cardio. As you know, a part of the Becoming Her challenge, you have to do 20 to 30 minutes of incline walking. So I did my 30 minutes of incline walking, but then I even added in some running, girl. Well, I guess you could say jogging, but hey, it's running to me because I don't normally do it, but every once in a while, I'd like to challenge myself and make sure I still got it. What's up, lovelies? Your girl finished her workout. And now I'm just doing cardio. I'm finishing up cardio. My goal is to get at least 30 minutes on the treadmill of incline walking. Currently, I'm way over that, as you can see. So yeah, I'm just getting it in. Today, I felt like I had some extra energy, but when I do my leg day, it's probably only gonna be 30 minutes of incline walking and the rest of my steps, me just getting that throughout the day, walking around the house, cleaning up and doing whatever I gotta do. But today was a pretty decent workout. I don't know how I'm gonna edit it. I don't know if it's gonna be voiceover style. Probably, we'll see. Anyway, we're closing out on day 1. For day 2, I'm gonna talk to y'all about a little bit more about nutrition. Today, it's kind of more workout focused. And then I talk to y'all about the Bible and stuff. But yes, closing in on day 1. We're gonna keep it moving, y'all. I'm gonna see y'all for day 2. What's up, lovelies? Welcome to day 2 of our challenge. Yesterday, I don't know what it was, but I just was not hungry, and I only ended up eating like 1,300 calories, which is very low, and I'm not recommending you to do that. But I think what it is that on Sunday, like I told y'all, I was eating pizza because I knew my challenge was coming, so I'm like, okay, let me get my last little cheat meal in or whatever, and then come Monday, we locked. And I think my body was like, I'm not that hungry today. And so I did not force myself to eat. I feel like it's going to balance out anyway because on Sunday, I'm pretty sure I went a little bit above my maintenance calories. And so I'm sure it'll balance out with the low calorie day I had yesterday. But today, I was a little bit more hungry this morning. And normally, I don't usually eat before my workout because number one, I kind of look at food as my prize. Like, I like to have meals that I enjoy eating for after my workout so that I could be like, okay, Denisha, you pushed through this workout. You got that nice meal waiting for you. And that normally helps me a lot. But today I was a little bit more hungry and I got these blueberry bagels. So I showed y'all my bagels in like, I think 2 to 3 videos ago. I don't know. But I showed y'all these bagels that I was just really craving. And I found some blueberry ones that are a little bit less in calories. And I've been eating those. And y'all, I've been going to town on those. So this morning I made me an egg, cheese, and chicken blueberry bagel, and it was so good, y'all. And honestly, I was supposed to show y'all my nutrition today. Yesterday, I think I said I was going to show y'all more of my nutrition today. Child, I was not thinking about picking this camera up, okay? I was thinking about tearing that food up, and that's exactly what I did. But I am about to go work out. I was supposed to do my leg day today because I did back and shoulders yesterday, and I was supposed to switch that day for today. Well, I was supposed to switch legs, which was supposed to be yesterday for today. But the thing is that my hamstrings are still pretty sore. I mean, they do feel better, but I want to prevent injury as much as I can. And plus, my husband talking about he want to take me through a leg day, and I'm like, oh Lord, help me. But if he does take me through a leg day, I want to make sure that I'm not sore so that I could get a good workout in and not be limited. And I guess I'm going to record that. I don't know how long this video is going to be. I don't want it to be so long. I noticed that I talk so freaking much. I'll be editing the video while I'm talking and I'm like, girl, really? But I don't know, I gotta figure it out, y'all. So today I think I'm gonna do chest and triceps. I won't be doing a whole lot of talking. Later I might come back and show y'all. I might make me another one of them blueberry bagels so I can show y'all. It ain't nothing crazy. I already showed y'all the recipe, but for anybody who may be new to my channel, I might show it again. And yeah, y'all, we moving along in this challenge. It's only day 2, but I'm so proud of myself for doing so well on day 1. By the way, I started a new book. There's this audiobook app on iPhone, and the name of the book is called like Financial Literacy, written by a 16-year-old or something like that. I'm already like halfway through the book, but the book is only like 30 pages long, and it's kind of a repeat of stuff I've already learned. Not to say I know everything, because I don't, and especially when it comes to financial literacy, I'm still learning, but it's kind of a repeat of everything that my husband and I learned when we took Dave Ramsey's financial freedom class. I'm assuming that that person who wrote that book I'm reading took his class, because it's literally like a repeat of everything he taught. But it doesn't hurt to get a refresher, and plus I'm still training my brain to learn different habits, and so I don't mind finishing it. I've already started it, but I'm gonna look for another book to read, something, maybe something more faith-based, but we'll see. Anywho, enough yapping. Let me get to this workout, y'all. All right, lovely. So this day was chest and triceps, but I did start off with some abs because I do want to do abs at least 3 to 4 times a week. So I started off doing some kickouts, and this was my first time adding weight. And I'm telling y'all, it was very challenging. I almost thought I couldn't do it, but I pushed through, and I did only do lower reps because I did not want to injure myself. But I did make sure to do 3 sets, and I do 3 sets for every ab workout that I do. Next, I moved on to some lying leg raises. These things are not a joke, I'm telling you. And as you can see, I have my hands underneath me. But if you were to remove your hands, I think that would be more of an advanced movement. The way I was doing it is a little bit more beginner friendly because it gives you a little bit more core stability. But I did 3 sets of these, and I'm definitely working on building my lower abs. I'm starting to see some upper ab definition, but I'm definitely trying to have a whole 6-pack. So yeah, on the road to a 6-pack. I ended abs with some plank holds, and y'all, these, I know I said the other 2 ain't no joke, but these definitely are not a joke. But this is a great way to build your core strength. I even see some people add a plate on the top of them. I don't know if I'm ready for all that yet, because I was just really fighting to hang in there, but maybe for the next coming weeks I can try to progressive overload my planks. Next, I started off with some body weight tricep dips. I would say my triceps are probably my most underdeveloped muscle group on my arm, but that's okay. That's why your girl have been working on them, and I think I did 3 sets of these. I'm gonna have to show my husband this clip to see if my form was right, but I do think I remember feeling it in my triceps. The only thing is that since back day was the day before, I also was somewhat feeling it in my back. So I don't know if that's a form issue or if that's just how it goes since I had already activated those muscles the day before, but I will definitely inquire about that. Next, I moved on to what I believe are called chest flies. Now, normally when I'm at the gym, I just use the pec deck machine. It's the same movement, except with these, since I'm doing dumbbells on air like this, it just requires more core strength, which I was fine with. But I do wish that I warmed up with 5-pound dumbbells because these 10s were kicking my butt. Your girl was definitely feeling it. And I think I only ended up doing 2 sets because I felt like I almost hurt myself. So yeah, just be aware with that. You always want to make sure you warm up. That's something that I failed to do. And by the way, that little chain hanging from my pants is my watch, just in case anybody was wondering. It broke, but I like this watch because it's more accurate than the watch my husband allowed me to use. So I will literally put it in my pocket or just attach it to my pants in some way so that I could get that accurate count. Anywho, that's besides the point. But y'all, a little pro tip for this movement is to have a slight bend in your elbows because otherwise you're going to feel it in your forearms. Next, I moved on to some dumbbell chest press. Now, I don't know what I was doing with them little 15s because I remember those feeling like nothing. But as I mentioned, it's really good to warm up, so hey, I'll take it. But I did end up going up. So next week my goal is to practice progressive overload. So either I will add more weight or I will just do more reps. I completely forgot that I was supposed to do push-ups while I was in the studio room after I finished abs. So I ended up trying to do these little incline push-ups. It was my first time trying it and almost fell on my face, so won't be doing that again. But we moved on to some tricep pull downs. I really love this movement. You can either do this like I'm doing here, or you can do a unilateral movement. I do like including unilateral movements in here and there because I feel like it helps you to prevent muscle imbalances. Sometimes one side of your body could be stronger and you may not even realize it. And I ended this workout with doing my cardio. You know, we got to get that 20 to 30 minutes in. I only did 20 minutes though because I was winded, y'all. But nonetheless, we got it done. We got it done. Hey, lovelies. Your girl is back from the gym. And I'm not going to lie, y'all. I really struggled through that workout. Like, I was so motivated and pumped yesterday. I guess it was because it was the first day of the challenge and I was just feeling real good. But today, I just wasn't really feeling it. I was so tempted to skip some sets in my workout, if I'm being honest. But I said, you know what, let me not cheat the grind. I gotta do what I gotta do regardless on how I feel. Feelings change, they come, they go, they stay. They say yes, they say no. But I gotta keep going regardless of how I'm feeling. And so that's just a testament to discipline. I'm learning the art of discipline, the beauty of discipline, the need for discipline. So I still showed up. I didn't do as much cardio on the treadmill as I did yesterday. Yesterday I did a whole hour. Today I only did 20 minutes, but I still reached the goal that I wanted to get for the most part, because one of the things in the challenge is that I have to do at least 20 to 30 minutes of incline walking on a treadmill, which is what I did. So I'm proud of myself in that aspect. And the rest of the day, I'm just going to get my steps from walking around the house. I got some cleaning to do, so that's going to help me a lot as well. And I said I was going to potentially come back on here and show y'all that blueberry bagel recipe, but I think I'm going to save I have 2 left. I'm gonna save them probably for tomorrow and the next day, because honestly, I'd be looking forward to those bagels after my workout. If I know I have that waiting for me, it might give me a little bit more motivation to push through. So I'm not gonna eat another one right now. I'm gonna save it. But I did make myself this little, I think they call it a cheesecake yogurt bowl. I normally make this with blueberries, raspberries, and strawberries, but this time I just wanted to try strawberries to see if it gave a little bit of a different taste to it. And I like it, but I do think I prefer to eat this with blueberries and strawberries. It's cool, but I just think the other types of berries just give it a little bit more flavor. But it's still good though, y'all. So the recipe is Chobani Greek yogurt. It's graham crackers. It's that Kerry sugar-free syrup I always use. And then instead of fresh strawberries, I did use frozen. And I know I said I wasn't going to do that, but I did just want to try it, because if you know that berries and fruit and all that, it goes bad so quick. And I don't be wanting to waste money. So I tried the frozen strawberries this time. And what I did was I thawed it out like a day or 2 before so that it wouldn't be frozen. And I think they're holding up pretty well still. So I'm getting ready to eat this. I'm done yapping. I think I'm going to close out for today. And I'm going to see y'all for day 3. Let's get it. Alright, lovelies, so for day 3, it was a glute and hamstring focused leg day. So I started off with my resistance band. I be freaking that I have this band, but this thing is really good for just activating your glutes, making sure that they're getting ready for the workout. And if you struggle with glute activation, I would recommend you start off with a resistance band. I normally start my workouts with abs whenever I'm incorporating abs into my workout, but I forgot this day, so I ended up just stopping and doing what I call V-ups. I call these V-ups because you're pretty much just creating the letter V with your body. Only thing with this is you want to make sure that you're bracing and engaging your core, because if you don't, you're definitely going to feel this in your lower back, and that's not what we want. It's natural for your back to want to start getting activated because it's supporting you, it's holding you up at the end of the day. But the moment I feel my back starting to activate, that's when I stop my set. Next, I moved on to some Bulgarian split squats, and this is everybody's favorite workout, said nobody at all, because these things are so freaking brutal. Like this day, I completely remember why I stopped doing these, because yeah, they ain't no joke. But hey, that's the whole point of this challenge, is to challenge myself. And I do wish that my form was a little bit better, but since it's been a while since I've done these, I started off a little bit rocky. I did not record the next 2 sets because I was fighting for my life, but my form did eventually get better, and I did increase the weight to a total of 30 pounds. The reason I say I wish my form was a little bit better, it wasn't too bad, but I wanted it to be a little bit better in terms of feeling it in my glutes. I was kind of feeling it in my hamstrings, which you're going to feel it in your hamstrings, but I was a little bit too far ahead of the seat. I should have stepped back a little bit more so that I could sit back into the lunge. That's really going to activate those glutes. Next, I moved on to some glute bridges. There is a difference between glute bridges and hip thrusts. With glute bridges, you're really just pulsing and you're squeezing at the top. You're not doing a full rep. A full rep would be my butt being closer to the ground, and that would be considered a hip thrust. But with glute bridges, you're really just keeping the tension at the top. And I wish that I had heavier weights to work with, but at my home gym, the dumbbells only go up to 50 pounds. So I started off light with a little warm up, and then I ended up working my way up eventually to 50 pounds. And if there's any time where you may be limited on equipment and you don't have access to heavy weight, you can always just increase the reps. Anytime I'm doing lighter weight, I will increase the reps. If I'm doing heavier weights, then that's when I'll do lower reps. I also just want to say that the weight that may be heavy for me may be light for you, and vice versa. Don't feel like you have to do the same weight that I do. Everybody is different. But y'all, my face is telling it all. I was so tired, y'all, but I was still trying my best to push through. Even though this is considered lightweight for me, I still was challenging myself. I was really squeezing at the top. I was doing them reps. I was really just pushing myself, and that's really what it's all about. I think what really tired me out was doing those Bulgarian split squats. Those really do take a lot of energy out of you. So I was getting lightheaded in between them sets, but that's when I just sat down, took a break, and regrouped. Okay, next I'm doing some clamshells, which is a glute focused movement. I got this from another gym girly on YouTube. I think her name is like Tanisha or something like that, but shout out to you, girl. Doing this movement with no weight is hard, but doing this movement with weight just makes it 10 times harder, y'all. I was really feeling that burn right up in my glutes, and as I've stated in other videos, I am really trying to focus on building my upper glutes. I have the lower glutes. I got the little shelf illusion for my lower glutes, but I'm definitely trying to work on building my upper glutes. So that's why I feel like doing this workout was perfect for me. Also, excuse the ugly faces I'm making, but I hope that just goes to show y'all how intense of a workout this was. But that's what we looking for, y'all. We looking for that intensity, we looking for that challenge, and ultimately we looking to grow. Next, I moved on to some RDLs, aka Romanian deadlifts. This is really good for activating your glutes. Now, hamstrings are going to be activated, but having that slight bend in your knee is what's really going to help you activate your glutes. I know a lot of people struggle with getting this form right. It's completely understandable. It's not the most easiest thing to get down, especially if you're starting out, but some people find it helpful just standing up against a wall. You want to think of this as a hip hinge movement. A lot of people say just act like you're closing a car door, since a car door is literally hanging on by a hinge. But nonetheless, don't feel discouraged if you can't get it down pat right away, because it took me some time to get it right, and I'm finally able to do heavier weight without feeling it in my lower back. So for the first 2 sets, I did just regular RDLs with both of my legs, but for this last set, I wanted to do a unilateral movement, which again means either one leg at a time or one arm at a time. You still want to have a hip hinge, but one leg is going to be working and the other leg is going to be slightly at a rested state, also known as the B-stance RDL. This last exercise was just a random movement I decided to add in. I like to call them oblique tucks. I'm really trying to tighten up my obliques, and I know people say abs are built in the kitchen, but they honestly are built in the gym and revealed in the kitchen. You still want to build that muscle, and so this is a great way to definitely challenge my core, challenge my obliques, and get that overall shape I'm looking for. And I did cardio off camera. What's up, y'all? We have completed day 3's workout, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I have not been having the same energy that I normally have. I am so tired, but we're pushing through, and I'm so proud of myself for just continuing to push even though I don't feel like it, because as we know, feelings are not reliable, so you can't depend on them joints, okay? But I said yesterday I was going to show you guys my little blueberry recipe that I do, but I ended up eating those blueberry, what them called bagels, my blueberry bagels. I ended up eating them joints off camera, okay? I ain't gonna lie to you, so I can't even show y'all that. And my husband, he bought me some more bagels, but he bought me some plain ones, and honestly I already have a video showing y'all the recipe. The only thing is that I forgot to add the cheese when I made that recipe. I ended up adding it off camera, but y'all, I need to do a better job at fueling myself before my workouts. I typically eat rice cakes, but we ran out, so today I had a spoonful of peanut butter because it has healthy fats, you know, got some carbs in there, but that didn't do nothing for me, okay? I need to do a better job, so we do need to restock. We're gonna be going to the grocery store. I might do a little grocery haul and whatnot, but we'll see, y'all. But I'm about to eat, and I will see y'all on day 4. Welcome to day 4, lovelies. These are the vibes for day 4. We got our Bible out, we got our devotion. Here's that bagel I got some shredded chicken in there, some cheese, some spinach, some egg. This is my sparkling water we always get from HEB. Either we get the HEB brand or this ice brand. Good either way, bussin' either way. So for day 4, I just made it a cardio day. I did run for 10 minutes, but other than that, I did incline walking. Don't know why the color turned out this way for this clip, so please forgive me on that. What is up, lovelies? We have made it to day 5 of our challenge, and I'm getting ready to head downstairs and do some cardio. It's just going to be a strictly cardio day for me because tomorrow is going to be the heaviest day of my strength training workout split, and I am going to the actual gym rather than just my home gym. And I wish I could bring y'all with me, but I feel like this video is already too long, so I won't be bringing y'all with me for today's workout or tomorrow's workout. But just know your girl is still going to be putting that work in. But I'm so proud of myself. We are closing in on week 1. I just got to make it through the weekend, but I'm gonna let y'all know how I did come Monday. I'm looking forward to week 2 of our challenge. I told myself I wasn't going to talk too much, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. I hope that if you're in this challenge with me, that you're still pushing hard, going strong. I believe in you and you got this. But if you're not subscribed, feel free to subscribe so you could keep seeing the rest of this challenge. It's a whole 6-week challenge closing in on week 1. I'm looking forward to week 2. And shout out to everybody who's already subscribed. Y'all are thebomb.com. Please do me a favor and like this video if you did enjoy this content. It's really going to help me out. I hate saying that type of stuff, but I feel like I have to, because myself, when I'm watching videos, sometimes I be forgetting to like the video until the person says, can you like the video? So do me a favor and like the video if you can. If not, I still appreciate you for watching, but I'm about to get up out of here. I love y'all. Jesus Christ loves y'all. Peace, love, and blessings. Mwah.